episode of Hubris Syndrome. We're looking at the releases of March 2019. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. March is usually a very big month for video games. This March is no different. There's something is coming out that Easy Allies is very excited for. But let's start at the beginning. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So I'm a few days late with the timing, and I apologize. So we've already had a couple releases. March 1st had the release of Dead or Alive 6, if you're into the long-running fighting game series, as well as Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove. And then recently on the 5th, Left Alive came out, and there's been some not good buzz so far on Left Alive. I've heard some not kind things about it, but I'm still very curious. I really want to get my hands on it and give it a shot. Really hoping for swimming in sevens. You know how it is. Let me know in the comments though if anyone has played Left Alive, how they're liking it, what it's all about, because I am so curious.
Nero, jump in!
Here's where things get interesting. On the 8th, Devil May Cry 5. Not counting Ninja Theory's DMC game, it has been since February 2008 since we've had a mainline Devil May Cry game. It has been a long time coming, and thanks to Capcom, they've had some remasters on PS3 360, PS4, Xbox One. You can go back, catch up on this series. Running out of time though, because on the 8th, Devil May Cry 5 is here. Dante and Nero ready to go. On March 8th, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn on 3DS. It's always good to have more Kirby. The more Kirby, the better, I say. Then March 15th is a big day because we have One Piece World Seeker, which I'm gonna mention because it's an anime game, and that's our responsibility as Easy Allies. One Piece, though, coming out. I admittedly am not even close to being caught up. I think I'm on episode like 15 out of how many? Like 800 or something. So I'm way behind on One Piece, but this one looks pretty cool. And it's a big day because The Division 2 launches, and I am extra excited. Now I know there's some weird like early access gold edition, so it comes out on the 12th if you pay the extra cash, you know, pay up must be nice. So it's on the 12th early or the 15th for everyone else. The Division 2 end game first philosophy coming out of Ubisoft, and I am extremely excited for the Dark Zone, for these 8-player raids. I'm itching. I'm ready to grind. I'm ready to grind it out. Then March 21st, we have another sleeper hit of the month, The Sinking City. I read a feature in PC Gamer about this one. It's like a Lovecraftian detective game where the city has been flooded and you have to solve different cases. It's from the creators of those great Sherlock Holmes games like Devil's Daughter and stuff. You have like a little riverboat and you're going through the city solving cases, and the game is very hands-off. So you kind of have to figure a lot of stuff out on your own, and depending on how you solve the cases, different things happen. Definitely a sleeper hit. I'm looking forward to this one, The Sinking City.
In the closing years of the Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict.
But the very next day, the moment we've all been waiting for, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Can you believe it? It's here. It's March already. We're in March 2019. Sekiro is right there. We're ready to grab it. We're ready to clash swords. So hyped. From Software of Souls and Bloodborne fame. We're going to feudal Japan, and we are just ready to clash with demons. We're ready to get our Tenchu on. I'm extremely excited about the stealth in this game. I really just want to be able to stealth my entire way through. If you haven't checked it out, we did a preview of it. Brad got to play a big chunk of it at an event, but be warned, major spoilers in that preview. Major spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers and you want to hear more about Sekiro, check that out. March 26th, kind of an interesting day. We got the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch versions of Final Fantasy VII. You can play it on the go. I know we could do that with Vita, but now on your Switch, Final Fantasy VII, how many times are we gonna buy this game? And MLB The Show 19 is back, annual release. That means baseball's back, and I'm excited. I'm stoked. You got Mr. $330 million Bryce Harper in his Phillies uniform on the cover. But very excited about the show like I usually am. And what I'm most excited about, The Walking Dead Season 4 series finale, the final episode of Clementine's journey. We've been streaming this on twitch.tv/EasyAllies. You can check out those episodes, catch up if you want to join us for the final episode. It's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be emotional. I'm really excited, and I'm just really glad that given everything that happened with Telltale, that we get to finish this long journey off. And then on the 29th, to close out the month, the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster is out, putting, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure now, with that release, all the mainline Assassin's Creed games, with the exception of Assassin's Creed 1, will be on mainline consoles. Really cool, just easily accessible franchise. I love Assassin's Creed. So I'm very excited to give 3 another shot, because I remember being a little lukewarm on it when it came out. It had some bugs, it had some problems, but I'm eager to give it a shot and go back. And lastly, this one's for you, Jones. Yoshi's Crafted World on Nintendo Switch, coming out to close out the month. Jolly little Yoshi, looking awesome. So that's it for the March releases, and last week, Brad and I got together and talked about Resident Evil 2 again. And let's look at some comments. Curious Corduroy, the RE series is probably my favorite game franchise of all time. I played the game so much growing up, and RE2 is probably my favorite game in the series. Maybe favorite game of all time. I'm right there with you. The remake is absolutely astounding. Although I have a few nitpicks with the game, it's pretty close to being a masterpiece. Awesome. Zark7 says, there's always this special aura that I feel when Brad and Huber are together. That special bro vibe is so jolly. You know, I've known him since first grade. He's my best good friend, Brad Ellis. He's my best friend. What more can I say? I love the man. Next up, Ron's Pies. Ron's Pies, I love these comments. The only Resident Evil game I played before RE2 Remake was RE1 Remake on PS4, which I beat for the first time just days before RE2's release. As someone who is brand new to the franchise but has heard about it for so long, it felt incredible to realize that I found a franchise I immediately fell in love with. I haven't been able to get RE2 out of my head since beating it during its release week. It's one of the most impactful games I've ever played. I don't see anything beating it for my goatee. One of the greatest joys in life is falling in love with something that you didn't expect yourself to, and that definitely happened with Resident Evil, and it wouldn't have happened had Huber and the gang not hyped it up so much. Thanks, Easy A. That's music to my ears, Ron Spies. It's so awesome. And I always say that's my philosophy. It's never too late to get into a franchise, to sample a franchise, to get into anything. You know, it's never too late. Motto of life, never too late. Mr. Showtime had some comments about DLC. For future RE2 DLC, I want to see more of Raccoon City itself, especially if it's during the collapse. Let me be a cop on the beat, or even a new member of STARS having to deal with all the turmoil, surviving out in the city while trying to make my way back to RPD. Of course, this would end with my eventual death to Nemesis, confirming a future RE3 remake. Of course, that is the dream. And also, as what usually happens, I finish rolling, I finish an episode, and on the drive home, I'm like, I forgot to say that. I didn't say what I wanted to say. Brad and I, we didn't mention Akuma DLC, make the myth a reality. So that's it for the episode. A ton of good stuff coming out in March. The long-awaited Devil May Cry 5 and the next possible masterpiece from Software, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. I'm at Michael P. Huber. You can follow me there on Twitter, and definitely post in the comments your thoughts on these upcoming games and the ones that have already come out, like Left Alive. I'm so curious. Let me know. See you next week.